first, a very jazzy duo join us on the show to talk about the upcoming 31st South Coast Jazz Festival. We're very honoured to have Claire Martin, OBE no less, and Julian Nicholas. Before we go any further, we have Christmas crackers. We'd like to pull one with you if that's okay.
Great.
It is our Christmas show.
Why not?
Thank you. Lovely Natasha.
I'll you take one, I'll take one. Yay!
It's officially Christmas.
We're winners!
It's
a sign.
This is all looking very good, isn't it? It's good, the omens are good.
It's a fix, if you ask me.
Feel free to put
Where's
the
my
hats
nail
on.
clippers and my bad joke?
Okay, so why don't you give us a little bit of background to the South Coast Jazz Festival and how it came about?
Well, the South Coast Jazz Festival is in name, that's what it is. We're trying to represent the whole of the South Coast, but we both live in Brighton, and we have noticed the lack of a jazz festival in Brighton over the last several years. Right. And we thought we'd do something about it. We went to the Arts Council, and they very helpfully gave us the starting money, and we're going to try and make it a long-term thing. But this is our first year.
Yeah, we thought that the Brighton Festival, which is fantastic, didn't have a lot of jazz in it, and I think we started off by moaning about that initially, and then thinking where rather than how could we create something and enable a real spotlight to be shone on the fantastic musicians in this region all along the South Coast. When we were putting together the 3 days, so many musicians to choose from. It's rich with talent, and so we're at the age now where we know a lot of people, and we were well placed to pull it together, and we've spent a lot of pub lunches honing it in, and then of course, as Julian said, with some help from the Arts Council, we've managed to put together our first festival.
Fantastic. So who's on the lineup? Who's involved?
Well, there are 6 main bands, and there's also Jack Kendon's band that you mentioned earlier on. Yeah. They're going to be there in the daytime as well and do a Sunday lunchtime jam session. Cool. But there are 6 main bands. Well, the first night is a vocal summit. The first night is vocal summit. Because, me being a singer, I just thought it'd be great to have a whole night dedicated to the human voice. And we've got a school choir opening it, and then we've got the great Ian Shaw, Joe Stilgo, and Leanne Carroll, all from the South. Each one of them at Ronnie Scott's would be like 50 quid to see, and we've got all of them in one night, which I'm thrilled about. And we're doing an adult vocal masterclass and an adult instrumental masterclass. And then the Saturday... Well, the second night is a hero of both of ours, Bob Wellings, who's going to be 79 on the night of his concerts on Saturday night.
Well, great way
and
to
we're going to
celebrate.
we're going to have cake for him.
Yeah.
He's a bit of a legend, and his band are all top professionals in the UK scene. They're sort of supporting him and playing. And then a band called Clogs, which is like a new band run by a fantastic talent called Mark Edwards. The third day is 2 big bands. So people have these ideas about big bands that they're old dance groups, but they're really creative. They have incredible flavour and drama in them. One is a tribute to a crazy sort of free musician kind of from the 60s, Charles Mingus, and another one is a tribute to the great Duke Ellington, who produced lots of. He did the jazz, the sort of famous jazz clubs of the 30s and 40s.
So, I mean, you've got a lot going on the 3 days there.
We do have a lot going on.
How long has it taken you? I mean, how long ago did you start planning all of this?
Well, we started really planning about 18 months ago, and we had to put 2 applications in. We weren't successful with our first application. It is a long process trying to get, you're filling out the Arts Council, the form. Yeah, it really was. But we learned a lot from that. But once we got it rolling and we'd set the bands, it's just been really the admin of it all, really. So it's been about a good year of planning, but it's been fun, and we have learned, and so much support from the local community, and you guys especially today is terrific for us to talk about it, because we just want to let people know what's around, and it's in Shoreham, which is only a little bit up the coast, but it's a fantastic venue, the Rope Tackle. It's really a great place.
Take Shoreham under our wing here, don't we?
Yeah, Shoreham's part of this, isn't it? I mean,
is it the Rope Tackle
Arts Centre? It is the Rope Tackle Arts Centre.
Why that venue?
Well, Claire already knew the venue, and she really gets on really well with the fantastic woman Anne, who runs the Rope Tackle, and she was so welcoming and encouraged us to sort of take over the space for that time and really use the facility. We like the size of the theatre.
Yeah, it's 200 seats. That's just right for now. I mean, obviously we're dreaming of 2,000.
Of course.
But it's just the perfect size for us.
And it's free parking.
It's free parking, yeah.
What's not to like?
That's why it's not your brightest.
Yeah, right. And there's a nice space upstairs to do some teaching in, and they've got a lovely little cafe, and it just feels right. And yeah, we're gonna start there. So.
Okay, and what do you think it will mean to musicians to really have this festival on the South Coast? What will it mean to local musicians?
Well, I think this has been the main issue for us. I mean, we are aware that jazz is a minority music. But it's everywhere around you. It's in adverts, it's in films, every TV show, you know, you really are exposed to a lot of jazz, but it's very subliminal. And whenever people come out by accident to jazz gigs, actual gigs or concerts, they always go away saying, I can't believe this music's going on and I didn't know, and I can come and see it. And that's really our key thing, isn't it? You know, the talent you mentioned, from people who can fill Ronnie Scott's to the young talent coming through locally. They're really creative, great musicians, they write great tunes, they play their instruments really well, and it's a beautiful, entertaining way of spending an evening, just seeing people engaging in improvised music. It's lovely, you know.
Why do you think that the industry has gone that way? Because obviously it's a great thing that you needed to put on the festival, but there was a need for it, and you felt...
Yeah, we did the Brighton Jazz Festival, which we loved, and we both played in. It finished in the early 90s, and we have to have this festival. This music's really important. You know, we have to shine a light on it, and what we think it will make the people of Shoreham and Brighton go, wow, we've got our own festival full of all our own people, and isn't this great at the end of January when everyone's sort of coming out of the slump? And isn't it a terrific thing? Maybe you're thinking, what can I get my dad for Christmas? Buy him a ticket for 60 quid, he can come to all 3 nights, you know. Let's just get involved and get behind it and make it happen.
Yeah.
And I think people really are up for it, you know, and Jazz for Juniors is another thing we're doing, where we're inviting children from 11 to 16, so we're trying to involve, you know, young up and coming players from all ages. So, and we've also got a Jazz for Absolute Beginners, so if you think, I don't know anything about jazz, how do I start? We've got Kevin Legenre, who's a great journalist, Radio 3 broadcaster, coming to talk for an hour and a half about what 12 CDs to get. How do you start? What do you get? And he's going to play a bit, talk about the history, and so you'll all go away
really
thinking, I know how to start.
So
listen to jazz.
if you think you like jazz, but you're not really sure why or what,
Yeah, it will
so
cover
types
all.
of jazz there are.
We find so many people don't know where to start with it.
Yeah.
That's why Kevin Legenre is going to come and just give people some target sort of tracks to really get into jazz.
I'll be there.
Yeah, I'll be there.
We kind of skirted over it. Obviously, our BBC Radio 3 are there.
Yes,
You've
they
done
are.
Radio 3 broadcasting.
Yes.
Obviously, very involved in the jazz scene. We kind of skirted over your OBE.
I know, I get all embarrassed. I don't know
that's
why.
amazing. Congratulations for
Thank you very
services to
much.
jazz.
Services to Jazz in
Wonderful.
2011, my agent phoned me and said there's a letter from the government here, and I thought, that's it. Something, all the parking tickets I haven't paid, or something's going to happen. But he told me what it was, and I thought it was a hoax. I thought it was my brother, but messing around. But they decided that I was...
Well, you're hiding a light under a bushel because you were the first sort of British artist of your generation to sell, 10,000 albums and over. And also, Claire went to the States and was accepted.
I worked for
know
Radio
you,
3. so-
Before Claire Martin, I know you as the first lady of UK jazz.
That's
Thank you very much. But Cleo
Up
Lane
there,
and
up
be
there.
like that against that with me. But thank you for saying that. It was terrific. And of course, at first I thought, oh well, I'll obviously decline it because I'm very left wing and rock and roll. And I thought, what am I doing? I'm going to have a great day out, and I'm going to accept it on behalf of the jazz
met the
community.
Queen?
I met Charles.
Oh, right, okay.
Liz wasn't feeling well, but he was really great.
What did he say to you?
He leant over to there because I do radio. At the time I was broadcasting on radio very late, and he said, "Are you still broadcasting at that ungodly hour?" And I said, "Yes, I am, Charles. Yes." And I don't know what I said, but I had to walk backwards, and the shoes I was wearing I borrowed from a friend, these Gucci shoes, and they were a bit big, so I was walking backwards and they were flapping up and down. It was a mess, but it was great. But I thought of all the people that I thought perhaps should have deserved it more, and I still think there's people that aren't recognised. That a lot of jazz up and down this country is run by volunteers. Lots of jazz clubs are run by people just giving their time and love and commitment to this music. But of course it was great out, and I'm very honoured, and I'm still slightly shocked.
Brilliant.
Congratulations.
Yeah,
Thank you.
massive
Thank you very much.
congratulations. Congratulations for setting up a jazz festival on the South Coast.
Thanks, David.
And we really look forward to seeing it. Can you tell everyone when it's on, how they can get tickets, where they can find out more?
Okay, it's at the end of January. You can go to www.southcoastjazzfestival.com,
Yeah,
isn't it?
23rd to the 25th January. You can go on there, or you can just go look at the website for the rope tackle if you want to go straight to the venue. But we've got our own website now, so you just click on there, you can buy tickets, you can join in, you can get on our mailing list.
Come and find us on Facebook as well.
Yep.
Claire's got her own page, but we've got a festival
We've
page
got a
as well
festival
now.
page.
And the jazz community is very good at communicating across itself, but we want more than just the jazz community to come in and really enjoy this. With any luck, we want to roll it out and go into the future with it. Come to Brighton, do a Brighton-centric one, maybe go to Hastings. You know, really the South Coast is our focus.
Oh, so this might not stay in Shoreham, it might move around?
Well, it might be in Shoreham and at the Dome,
oh, okay.
and at the, the Verdict. We're hoping to have like venues all doing it at the same time. That's our plan.
Brilliant.
And then we'll probably merge it all together and we'll end up at the O2.
Fantastic.
In Brighton.
Well, we can't wait for it, and thank you very much for coming in and telling us all about it.
Thank you so much for having us. Thank you.
Thank you.